trying this again for the third time. Okay. I don't want to do this. Hi guys, my name is Purple. If you don't know me, I am a fantasy creator, I'm a storyteller, I'm a writer, and all of the aboves. Today, out of high request, I am doing a get to know my characters. So I'm really excited to finally share like the purpose of all of my characters and what they mean and what their powers mean and just why they are here in the first place. And yeah, before I get into it, there are some things that I want to address first. Firstly, this video is going to be very disorganized. I apologize in advance. This is my first time doing a long form video and actually talking to you guys. So I'm a little nervous, so just bear with me here. And secondly, I'm doing this for the sole purpose of us hitting, or me hitting 250. And I'm very happy and I'm very grateful for all of you who have been supporting me since the beginning. And it was very difficult for me to actually show my face online, doing all this stuff, because it's a little weird, but I am also weird. So I wasn't planning on showing my face online until I joined the Chaos Crew. And if you don't know what the Chaos Crew is, we're like this big group. We're doing the entirety of Epic the Musical, and it's awesome. And we're also doing a lot of other projects by ourselves, and I'll link our stuff somewhere. But anyways, yeah, let's get into it. I probably should address this first. I have two books, or actually, okay, I have two separate books in the making. One, I've talked about very much. It's my 7 Elements of Soul. I have a trailer in my video somewhere that I made. I plan on remaking that because that was something. But my 7 Elements of Soul, and a book that I have not really talked about online. And that book is called The Haunting of the Writer's Curse. This book is about my struggles as my mental struggles with, mental health and all of the things that, really got me into storytelling and just kind of like my story. But yeah, so firstly, there's thunder, so if you hear thunder, please ignore it. But anyway, so the first batch that we are going to be doing is The Haunting of the Writer's Curse, and as of the time of filming this, I have shown 2 characters out of that book. And the first one that we are going to talk about is Melanie. Melanie is my fallen warrior, and she is kind of like my fighting spirit. She holds a very special place in my heart, and she is just, she's awesome. I love the way she looks, and with her scars and with her little lines and all the blues and all the black, and it's really cool. Her color schemes are blue, black, and white, and this isn't her final look as of now, but I do plan on giving her canon look, and I'm not going to tell you guys what her canon look is yet because I want to keep it a surprise. And she's wonderful. She is so cool, and she is literally this warrior that is can tell me anything that I can do, I can, and it's just really cool. The next one is a very big fan favorite. I have no idea why, but the next character that we are going to be talking about is Magnolia, my cursed doll. Magnolia is I don't know why you guys like her so much. Maybe it's because she's scary, but Magnolia has been with me for a very long time. Magnolia represents my anxiety. She is basically my anxiety, but personified. So if anxiety were a person to me, it would be her. And she has been with me for a very long time, and I've struggled with anxiety for a very long time, and she was born to help me cope with my anxiety. And when I made this book, I wanted to incorporate anxiety because it's made a very big impact on my life, and I'm so glad that she's here. And like Melanie, she is not in her canon look yet. That is not her final form as of the way you're seeing her now as of the time of recording this. I do plan on giving her a look, like her fully canon look, the way I want to interpret her, very soon. And I hope to do that by Halloween, because I will be dressing up as her for Halloween. Magnolia is, I don't even know why she's so popular, but Magnolia is the first character that really kind of blew up. This video up here, yeah, this, I don't even know how many views it has now. Like, it has about 3,000 views as of now, and it popped off really fast, and I don't know why. So maybe it's the algorithm, maybe you guys just like seeing character versus creator stuff, and like, you know, just stuff like that. But I'm really proud of her, and she is definitely my favorite character, and she is just wonderful, and I cannot wait to give her the glow up that she does not deserve, because, you know, like, she makes my life very difficult. But yeah, that is Magnolia. Okay, next is a different book. The next territory that we will be going to is Seven Elements. Now, I am very proud of Seven Elements, and Seven Elements is a fan fiction about the K-pop boy band BTS. Book one is very interesting because I wrote it when I was very young, and it was just weird, and it's kind of cringy looking back on it now, and I still plan on editing it and publishing it the best way I can so I can get it out to you guys, because you guys really like my Seven Elements characters. I have no idea why, but yeah, it's about the seven brothers who have elemental powers like fire, ice, water, earth, stuff like that. I can't say much without spoiling the entire series, and that's another thing I need to mention. Seven Elements is not just one book, it's an entire series, and I'm currently working on book 3, and book 1 and 2 are done as of the first drafts. But yeah, first character that we are going to talk about for Seven Elements is Namjoon. We have a lot to talk about for this character. Namjoon is the Earth Elemental brother, and he has only been shown once. I plan to give him a better look, but y'all, I don't even know how this happened. The one video I have of Namjoon has 19,000 views. Why? I guess it follows a trend. Like, the music I use does follow a trend, but like, y'all are insane. And ever since then, like, my views like skyrocketed, and I'm very thankful for that, but I'm also confused as to why that video. Namjoon is my Earth Elemental, and he is, like, in real life, Namjoon is the leader of Seven Elements, and he is very strong. He's very determined. When he wants something, he will get it, and he will fight for it. I really enjoy writing out like his dialogue and all of his things. Like, it's so cool to experiment with all of it, and he's just great. The next elemental that we're going to be talking about is Jin. Jin is the air elemental of the group, and like Namjoon, I've only shown him once on camera, but I do have multiple videos ready to go. I do plan on getting a better wardrobe for all of my characters. They aren't canon. You guys probably will never see all of the 7 elemental brothers canonly to what they look like, unless something miraculous happens and there happens to be a movie. I don't think that's ever gonna happen. But anyways, Jin is the air elemental. He's very soft-spoken, and he's very, like, he's kind of like the jokester of the group, like in real life. I like to incorporate the 7 elementals brothers' character traits in the book as if they are in real life. Like, you know, Jin is very funny, and he's a lot of the things, and you know, I like to incorporate that in 7 Elements to make it more real. There's not really much to say about Jin because I haven't gotten the chance to write him out enough, but I can say that he is great. And yeah, the next brother that we are going to be talking about is Yoongi. Yoongi is a special case because he is my favorite out of the 7 Elemental brothers, and oh my gosh, when I tell you, I don't like his makeup look right now. I really don't. I've only used him once, and right now I want to figure out how I want to redo his makeup. So right now, he's going to stay the way he is until I do him again, and he will look very different. The color scheme will, like, his makeup will be very different. Yoongi holds the ice element, and there's a lot of ways that I could interpret Yoongi. He has his own video, and I'm very proud of this video. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's this video up here, and it is called I Can't Help Falling in Love with You Darker Version. There's a change in lighting. I don't know if it's just me or if I'm going crazy, or anyways, that video is a big fat spoiler for 7 Elements, and it's actually the trailer, or the trailer as of now, for book 6. There will be at least 7 books, and each of them are told in a different brother's perspective. So book 1 is told in Jungkook's perspective, book 2 is told in Taehyung's perspective, book 3 is told in Jimin's perspective, and so on and so forth. And it goes from youngest to oldest. So first one is Jungkook's perspective, last one is Jin's perspective. But that is Yoongi. He is a very strange one. He's very cold, because, you know, his element's cold. But yeah, he is a very cold person. He is just not very open to people. Like, you know, he's a big introvert, like in real life, and he's really just watching. But you will see, once 7 Elements gets published, you will see that he does have a lot of character development, and he grows within the story for sure. I can promise y'all that. But anyways, that is Yoongi. Next one on the list is Hosok. Hosok is the energy elemental, and I love Hosok so much. Something very special about Hosok is he was the first element that I have ever filmed with, and it was kind of on accident. I played Zeus in the Troy saga of our version of the Chaos Cruise epic, and you know, like, I threw together like a thunder look to fit Zeus, and I threw on a yellow dress, and I was like, hey, this would look good for Hosok, so I made it canon that that's his look. I really enjoy playing him because he is such a sunshine character, and you know, like in real life, like, he's just the life of the party, and he's really funny, and he's really cool, but you know, when it's time to get serious, he can get serious. But other than that, he's just a big goofball, and I love it. He is a little princess with sunshine. He holds the energy element, and he is just a ray of sunshine, if you want to put it simply, but that is Hosok. Okay, the next one that we are going to do is Jimin. Jimin holds the fire element, and I believe I've showed him in the time of recording this 3 separate videos. I don't know if I'm going to keep Jimin's look because it's just, his look looks like a butterfly, and that does not describe him at all. I do plan on giving him a different look because I don't like the way he looks now. Does he look cool? Yeah, but I don't think that is how I want to interpret him. So, Thunder. I need to charge my phone. Hold. Jimin's a very special case to me because his story is book 3, the book that I'm currently working on, and if I'm being honest with y'all, I have not touched 7 Elements since May. It is August 1st. It's been almost 3 months. I'm not proud of the things that I do. Jimin, he is just very special to me because, like, you know, like Melanie, he holds, like, he's just a fighting spirit, and he doesn't quit, and he will do anything that it takes to make sure his brothers are safe, and that plays a very big role in book 3, and you will see why. But yeah, that is Jimin. The next elemental that we are going to be talking about is Taeyeon. I am very, very, very proud of Taeyeon. I think his look is so pretty, and I don't plan on changing it unless I find another way to resemble water. And that is his element. He holds the water element, and Taeyeon is a very soft-spoken person like Jin, and you know, he doesn't say much, but like Hosok, he will rip your head off if you say anything bad about any of the other brothers. Taeyeon, he's the narrator of the 2nd book in 7 Elements, and that book is already done. I love the way book 2 stands right now, and I'm very proud of the way it stands, so I'm not gonna touch it until it's time to actually edit and finalize the first draft. But there's not really much to Taeyeon except that he is very funny, he's very soft-spoken, and I don't really know, like, he's just a lot. But yeah, next brother that we are going to talk about is Jungkook. Jungkook is the youngest of the 7 elements, like in real life, and Jungkook holds the sound element. Now, like Namjoon, y'all kind of hit it off with Jungkook. I think I've shown Jungkook in 2 separate videos, and the one that I posted recently to the song 17, I figured that's why it's so popular. It has 12,000 views as of recording this, and again, I'm just as baffled, but I guess it's representation. But that video says a lot about Jungkook's character. Jungkook is very soft-spoken like Jin and Taeyeon, but he has a lot of backstory, and I'm not going to elaborate on it because it's big spoilers for my own book, and all I can say is he's been through a lot as the youngest, and there's a lot of representation when it comes to his story. Fortunately, that backstory isn't elaborated on in the first book. It will be at the end of the series, I can assure you that, or I'm not sure when I'm going to elaborate on it depending on the book series, but it will be elaborated on, and you guys can make your assumptions as to what his backstory is, although I kind of think it's obvious considering that video. But yeah, that is Jungkook. Okay, there was a big change in lighting. I don't know if this is overexposed, but anyways, yeah. So the next person that we are going to be talking about is also part of the 7 Elements series, and that is Dalnim. Dalnim was a very tough character to do. I had to do her look, or at least try to do her look, 3 times. And 2 of those times I have failed, and I hated it, and I cried because the first time I did it was when my storage ran out, so that's probably a sign for me to hurry up and just get it over with. I had to do Delnim's look 3 separate times. The first one was when my hair was longer, and I didn't end up finishing her look because I didn't like the way that the colors like were just smeared across her face. I will be trying to do that eventually, but the way that I did it just wasn't right. The second time I tried to incorporate pink. I don't know why, but it was weird. And I just didn't like the pink. That was also the first time that I ever filmed something while my hair was cut. I made a community post saying that I cut 5 inches off of my hair because it was dead. My hair is growing back. But anyways, I just didn't like the look because I was still getting used to my hair and just pink wasn't the correct color for her. Then I decided on a random Thursday that I wanted to try again, and I got inspiration from something on Pinterest and created those little things and used white instead, and I just did her little dots to represent all of the elements, and that's very important because she is the advanced elemental master. I will elaborate on that once book 1 of 7 elements is out. I'm really proud of Delnim, and I plan on giving her a new look very soon. So yeah, that is Delnim. The next one that I will be talking about is another scary character, Gwison. I have only showed Gwison in, I believe, 2 videos. One is the video with Jimin and Belle, and the other one with Delnim. And I loved both of those videos, but I'm very proud of the one where Gwison is just by itself. And Gwison is a very complex character because it is a spirit. Gwison is the antagonist of 7 elements, and I'm not going to elaborate on it as much because it is a very complex character, but yeah, that is Gwison. And the last character that I have brought to life out of 7 elements is, I consider a fan favorite, and that is Belle. Belle is probably my second favorite to Magnolia, but I love Belle so much. I have done her look, I think, 3 times, I believe. But Belle's look is so simple. I do plan on giving her a different costume because canonly she wears a leather suit. The most recent time I have cosplayed as her, she wore Magnolia's dress. And I love that dress, it just doesn't fit Belle. And, you know, like, Belle is kind of like a tomboy, and Belle is just very out there, and she possesses the madness and chaos element. Her purpose is very story heavy and does contain spoilers, so, but yeah, Belle is awesome. I love Belle so much. She is just the coolest thing, and she is very sarcastic, and you guys will see that eventually. But yeah, that is Belle. Next we have our miscellaneous characters. I only say miscellaneous because I don't believe that these characters have a story yet, and I don't know if I'm going to plan on giving them a story until I can actually figure out and when I have time. Right now my mind has just been focused on 7 elements, and it will be for the continuous time being. The first miscellaneous character that we are going to talk about is Alia. Alia is my aquatic forestry elf. I think that's what I gave her as a title. But yeah, Alia is a very different character. I've only shown Alia in 1 video, and that is The Village. I made that video because I wanted to give a little shout out to the queer community, and I support them, and my best friend is very queer. If you guys don't know her, Michaela Tuff, she's awesome. Also part of the Chaos Crew, go check them out. Yeah, but anyways, Alia is she's just like a safe space. She holds She holds like greenery and also a water element. So really she's like, you put Namjoon and Taeyong together and you have Alia in female form. That's basically her. And she's just a comfort space. So if like you came to her and you said like, hey, I'm struggling, she would be like, hey, I got you. Welcome to my forest. You're safe here and you're a weirdo like me. I really value her, and I do plan on giving her a different look. But anyways, that is Alia. The next character that I'm going to talk about is someone that I haven't really elaborated on. And that character is Evelette. I've only shown Evelette in one video, and it's this video, and I'm very, very, very proud of her. And Evelette holds a very, like, dear place in my heart because Evelette is basically me. She is the promise of fantasy, and I think that's what I called her for a title, but she's very special, and if I were a fantasy character, I would be Evelette, because, you know, all the purples and all the whites, and she's just a storyteller, and she came to me at a very dark place in my life, and I am just so proud of her. I do plan on giving her a different look and a different wardrobe because she is very big and she's very grand, and she's basically everything I want to be. If I were a fantasy character, I would be very big, very grand. Like, my hair would be wonderful, voluptuous. Evelette is just very special, and she is wonderful, and I'm very proud of her. And yeah, I do plan on doing more videos with her. I just need to figure out her look first, so it might be a little bit, but she is awesome. So yeah, that is Evelette. Okay, the next one. I'm going to try to get through this as fast as I can. And we're back. It has been almost an hour of me trying to figure out my storage. I finally did it. If you guys don't know, and if you're an editor like me, delete your projects once you have posted them, because my storage just went from like 127 to 76 gigabytes in 321 because I deleted all of my projects, and that was all of my YouTube videos and everything. So if you're struggling with storage, do that, because that really helps. And now I have plenty of storage to finally finish filming this. The only problem is my MacBook has died, so we're doing the rest of this from memory. And I think I was on the Vampire Princess. Yeah, so the Vampire Princess appears in I Can't Help But Falling in Love with You, the darker version, with Yoongi, and she is also a Seven Elements character. She is, I can't really spoil it, but she is just, yeah. Big spoilers for her. She's one of the antagonists in a future book that I have not written yet. But yeah, I think that's the princess. And then we have my characters from my short story, Mean. Mean is a story that has been dear to me since I think 8th grade. And I have originally, I wrote Mean as a short story for a writing competition. Spoiler alert, I didn't win, but that's besides the point. Anyways, I love Mean, and there is one character that is, or actually no, there's two main characters, and that's all I'm gonna say because the rest of them spoil the story. So Mean is a story about basically suicide awareness. I love mean so much. And when I was in 8th grade, I was learning a lot about suicidal awareness, and I decided to say, hey, why don't I make a story about it? I don't know if you guys can see this little one. Man. Hi! He's so cute. He's so cute. Can you come on? Can you come on? Good girl! Oh, she was good. Good girl! That's a good girl! Yeah! That's a good girl! Anyway. Mean is very dear to my heart, and main character, her name is Artemis. Artemis is a junior in high school who is dealing with lots of bullying and lots of hate. Artemis is bullied a lot, and she is bullied by another character named Blair. Blair is like your average blonde who's mean and popular, basically Regina George. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about Mean, and those are all of my characters. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if there's anything that I can elaborate on, or if you guys have specific questions about my characters, please leave them in the comments and I will be glad to make another video answering them. But until then, I am so thankful for all of y'all's support. We are almost to 300 subscribers. That's kind of crazy. And I'd like to thank you guys. I'm sorry if I seem distracted. My dog is just chilling. But yeah, I'm really proud of myself, and thank you, my community. You guys have made my journey very, very happy, and I'm really glad that I decided to show my face on this platform. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye!